That figures. I went to Poopadoo.
Yeah, so if you're interested in credit, that one actually was on Fox, and actually even the president, that one even made it to the president. So they were taking employees and putting them in the lines in these clinics and stuff to make it look like everything was overwhelmed and crazy so they could get more funding for their various operations. And they got busted because someone like sent the memo.
Well, I saw the one about someone saying, it's like, I wish you people that are
Here
ignoring...
she is. Sorry, Carter, but seriously, you guys should get a podcast.
You know what? I am happy to shut up if someone else wants to fucking say something.
Sorry.
I'll say something.
Here she is. Where is she?
Alright, so to continue what I was saying, I saw the one where people were complaining about people that were not obeying the social distancing and wearing the same clothes when they were walking on the beaches in Florida and also on the beaches in California. They suggested that before they switched beaches that they would change clothes.
I'd be glad they were wearing clothes.
Well, it's because they showed two pictures, one saying Florida, one saying California, and they're the exact same picture.
Oh, there was the other one where they were filming in Italy, supposedly, but it was actually footage from a different hospital, and then they used the same footage for another hospital. It's like they didn't even bother to change the backgrounds or anything. It's like, wow. Okay, I will stop talking now. Someone else can come up with something to say.
Very good.
Whoa.
Well, I can always discuss my issues I'm having with my class.
Yeah?
By all means. Otherwise, we'll have silence.
No. We don't really want to discuss that. I'm being a little bit facetious here. I'm having issues. I'll tell you what the issue is, not that we'll discuss it. But I'm having drastic issues with my class because we're talking now about evolution science, which I am completely opposed to. I'm a creationist. And so I'm having to figure out how to say stuff without offending people because we're talking about the subject.
Yeah, that's not an easy one.
And unfortunately, we have to have these discussions where we post basically a post, and then we have to comment on two other people's posts. So I'm looking there, scanning through all the stuff, trying to find something I can comment on that will be in topic, but not in topic too much.
Yeah, it's
like
kind of
on
a
a
hard one
message
to
board?
avoid.
Sorry.
Well, it's not a message board per se. It's a discussion forum. It's one of the part of the assignment for this particular class.
Huh.
It's like we have to read through the... I hate how this teacher does it. We have to read through a chapter or part of a chapter, and then we have to create what's called a metacognitive reading log, which is basically saying points you remember from the reading, and then you have to go discuss it, and that's what the discussion is.
I guess we can do Green Moa Paddock, I think.
We'll check if the Forgotten Grotto is in Black Citadel, I think.
Which one? Sorry.
The second one, Forgotten Grotto.
Oh, is that okay?
I don't know. Just from the image.
I got the wiki up, so look, Forgotten Grotto. It's Blaze Ridge. Let's see.
Yeah, so never mind. Yeah, I thought it was Black Citadel.
We'll try the Caledon one. I don't really remember where it is so much, but the picture seems like it's not too bad.
Although it is interesting what the entertainment industry is going through right now.
Oh, you mean suspending everything?
Well, not suspending everything, but like shows that are like for instance, last night, Robert Irvin's show, Restaurant Impossible.
Hmm.
So instead of having like a show, what they did is they had him and his wife or girlfriend, whatever, sitting on their couch at home watching his first ever episode and commenting on it.
Oh, right. Working from home, I guess, huh?
It is kind of interesting, but it's just like, okay, yeah, they're getting desperate now.
Did you hear little Richard died, by the way?
I did not. When did he pass away?
Well, they announced it sometime this afternoon, so maybe it was this morning or last night.
Oh, and that Netflix Tiger show.
Oh, the Tiger King?
Yeah, it killed off one of the partners in Siegfried and Roy.
Oh, I heard that one of them died, yeah.
He died of COVID, but
Well, everyone's dying of COVID. Probably died of a heart attack or something else. That's the other thing, is them putting COVID as the cause of death, no matter what your cause of death is a real problem.
yeah, now it would be determined that Tigers was the carrier, right?
Yeah. Although pets do transmit coronavirus, so there you go.
I don't think they've said that they found any proof that they transmit it, but that they can carry it. So I guess.
Well, if they're carrying it and it goes to humans, then, kind of hosed. Although it doesn't matter, because, again, it's not a big deal, so.
Almost
Are you
there.
coming to this one, Maxine?
Yeah, almost
Okay,
there.
Just making sure. Because I know sometimes you do a different one, so.
My trouble is I have to worry that I've got it every night when I go to bed.
What, coronavirus?
Yeah, because they say it starts with a sore throat, and I always have throat issues because of this basal motor rhinitis that I have, that permanent post-nasal drip kind of stuff.
Oh, right, so yeah, I'm sure it can make you super paranoid, right? The thing is, if you tested right now, you probably have had it and never knew it, so it's not even something to worry about.
Yeah,
I mean, you got a
probably is.
99.997% chance of being completely fine, so, I'll take those odds. Okay, let's see what the next truck is.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, I had a doctor visit over the phone. And I told him I'm not worried about it. He goes, "Well, you should be, because you have blah 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 this and blah 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 that." And I just like, okay, yeah, yeah.
Interestingly enough, one of the main things that they are finding is a risk factor for having serious reactions to this virus, among others, is vitamin D deficiency, i.e. not being outside. So, again,
Shelter
probably
in
not
place.
helping. Yeah.
Well, like what's her name said, it's like, why keep you from the beach? Because there's helpful things in the sand.
Let's see, I guess we could do soar and draw.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that.
Think so? Okay, cool.
Yeah. I think it's the easiest.
Yeah.
So what is this game you're talking about in your post, Maxie? I've never heard of it.
Me neither. I heard it from it just now, just a few hours ago, and only because the anti-cheat software.
Oh, Valorant. I think that's the name, right?
Yeah.
Here's a question. Any of you that have been out shopping at stores, if you use your own shopping bags, have you had any stores refuse to let you even bring them in the store?
Yep, they're doing that here. You cannot bring your own bags now. They have to give you a bag, so they're just giving you bags. So
I only run into one store that pissed me off because no other stores up here are refusing. They're okay. Most of the stores are refusing to touch your bags. I understand that, but I should be able to take the bags in the store and bag my own groceries.
well, again, there's no logic to any of this because you're wearing clothing that you brought from home too. So what the hell is a bag any more risk than that? Right? I mean, the whole thing is, it's like wearing masks. Like, the masks are useless. They're just making things worse for you. So it's just dumb. Especially people wearing them while they're driving and becoming hypoxic and passing out. That's great.
Well, I can't see anything when I got a mask on because it fogs my glasses up.
Yeah, that's also a problem. Okay, let's see if we have more tracks here.
Okay, some random BRs, Brazilians joined the squad.
Oh, did they? More the merrier.
Yeah. I think they were in the Caledon Forest for the World Boss, I think.
Okay, let's see what we get for the next one here. Oh, Rurik's, that's Queensdale, right?
Is Garing? I have the amazing view.
Oh, did I miss this car? Is it on there?
Yep. Shame options.
Oh, yeah, there it is. You're right. Okay, yeah, we'll do that one. Must have scrolled past it.
Shame.
Oh, I did watch Upload.
So what'd you think?
Well, let's just put it this way. I started it. Yeah, I started it like I don't know yesterday or the day before, and I'm finished already.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, the way that they did it, right?
Although they left it in an odd place. I just it's like I want to know what happened to Fran.
Oh yeah, well, I'm sure they're hoping for another season. So
I'm expecting her to be alive and have more information that the car going off the end of the pier didn't actually kill her.
yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, obviously there's a lot of stuff they haven't resolved, but it's kind of a fun concept, right?
Yeah, I think it's a better done of that Matt Damon one where they shrink people.
Yeah, the shrinking thing doesn't really work.
What?
I mean, scientifically. There's this movie where you could, basically you get shrunk. So they shrink things, and then the idea is that you take up less resources because you're tiny. So there's a whole segment of humanity that gets shrunk down so they can have a better quality of life because they're taking up less
Okay.
resources, so it costs less to manage them, so to speak. What was the name of that one, Kreider?
Yeah, sure. Ask me, then I forget.
Yeah, because I don't remember.
Well, if it has Matt Damon, I can search the Internet Movie Database.
Yeah, I think it's a relatively recent movie. Like,
Downsizing.
there you go. In retrospect, that should have been obvious, I guess, but
Well, here's the
all
thing.
right.
I don't think you could shrink people down to that size, and they wouldn't be able to eat the same things. 'Cause wouldn't their molecular makeup be smaller?
You know, if there are certain molecules that would probably end up being too. I mean, yeah, I don't think we would function the same unless you were. I mean, the whole idea of shrinking things actually doesn't make a whole lot of sense anyway. But even if you could, certain things aren't going to scale down to your point. So yeah, you'd have some real problems.
No, but this uploading of consciousness is kind of an interesting idea.
Yeah, the thing I struggle with is kind of the thing that they brought up in Black Mirror. Okay, I guess we'll do bounties next. Is that if you could upload your consciousness, right, to a machine or whatever, then there's nothing that would stop you from copying that consciousness an unlimited number of times. And so how many copies of you end up being out there, and are they all you, right? It's like cloning, except, you're cloning the actual personality, not just the genetics.
It is a frightening thought.
Yeah, I mean, if in the Black Mirror episodes, it was terrifying because this criminal, they had uploaded his consciousness into these little, I guess you call them almost like trinkets, right? And you could buy these things, and you hit a button on the trinket, and it shocked the guy, or it put him through the electric chair or whatever. But there were millions of copies of him that were all being tortured, basically, like souvenirs like, wow. That could be a definite downside of your consciousness being digital. I mean, it makes a great Twilight Zone-ish kind of thing, but yeah.
Somebody here named Dr. Tofu.
Speaking of tofu, has anyone heard from Topher?
Nope.
Nope.
I got a text from him a few days ago. He's alive. Or was then.
Ah, that.
What did he have to say?
Nothing.
I saw he posted something at 3 in the morning.
He posted a bunch of stupid shit.
He said he was good. That was literally all that was said.
Just seems really odd, Blazing. Do you have thoughts on it?
What seems odd?
That he just, all of a sudden just stopped communicating with everyone and just sends out, small random posts or...
Oh, I don't know. I get the normal communication I get with him.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, once a month. It's a hi, I'm doing okay.
You know, what I mean is, like, he stopped coming to the game at all, or being on TeamSpeak, or even, like, really responding to much. I mean, except for
Did
a
his
few things
computer
in
like
Facebook.
die or something?
5 months
What's that?
ago.
I thought his computer died. Did he ever get a new one?
Well, supposedly, yes. So,
It's been 5
It
months.
is a lot.
It's been 5 months since, according to him, his computer has been fixed. So, I
I
mean,
didn't realize he wasn't coming into game with you guys.
it hasn't been
No, he
on
hasn't.
at all.
he hasn't been here.
So I still think it's him since he keeps just swearing on Facebook. I don't know.
His last post on Facebook was bunch of numbers.
Yeah, his
3 3.
Facebook posts
Yeah.
are- I'm looking at-
Yeah.
There have been the same consistency, so I'm really not concerned about his well-being. Maybe he's just burnt out.
Maybe.
Could be. One person from the map wanted to join for the bounties, so that's the person that I just added. There they are. Alrighty.
Shame.
Yeah, so since everything's closed, and gyms and even parks here in California and everything, it's like I've just been doing like workout stuff at home and then going for walks, even though technically even that's not allowed, so.
Oh, we're allowed out for walks and stuff.
So are you missing the sweaty guy options?
You know, I almost am because I really don't like not being able to like do my normal routine. Then seeing people walk around outside with masks on, like, it's even a greater level of idiocy than everything else. So
Wait, you can't even go for a walk if you're alone?
technically, no. Lots of people are doing it because people are like, "Fuck you," but yeah, technically the order does not allow you to. I mean, I don't understand, like, so closing parks and beaches so people have to crowd on the sidewalk when they're taking a walk or walking the street because they are, yeah, it's just all so stupid. Not sure how one person walking alone on the beach is a threat to public safety, but
I hate to even suggest this, and I may not be explaining myself correctly, but I just wish President Trump would declare martial law. That way he could supersede all of these stupid crap that these governors are trying to pull.
yeah, I think the thing that I hope comes out of this are some Supreme Court challenges to these kinds of executive orders in the first place, because if we allow this to happen now, this won't be the last time. There's always going to be another reason for them to do this, right? I mean, we have flus several times a year,
Well, it's like a test
almost
run.
all of which are more severe than this one. So, I mean, do we really want to be hiding in a basement every time someone sneezes now with no rights until they decide that it's okay for us to go live our lives again?
Here, one of the news complained they were seeing a couple walking the beach and saying, "Hey, they are not practicing the social distancing or whatever isolation, but hey, they live together. What's the matter if they are close to each other? I don't see the issue."
I I know. Well, in Ventura County, what they want to do is if you test positive for the virus, they want to take you out of your home, separate you from your kids, or separate the kids from you, depending on who tests, and put you in quarantine, which is ridiculous because probably every single person by now has been exposed to the virus, has had it, and had no symptoms. So the amount of people who are going to test positive is going to be huge, just like any flu, if we ever bothered to test for it.
Yeah.
So it's bad science, it's bad data, it's bad policy, it's bad all the way around. Ugh.
Yeah, what I hate the most here is also about the data. They keep saying, "Hey, look how many people died," but yeah, they don't care about the population size. So yeah, please.
Well, in countries like, in America and other countries, they're filling out death certificates based on suspicion, which we've never done before. So if you think someone had coronavirus, that's what's going on the death
Yeah,
certificate.
here too. Yeah,
Even if they-
same.
Yeah. So the numbers, even the numbers that we're using are BS, and even those BS numbers aren't as bad as flus we've had over the past several years. So you got two issues there, right? So, yeah, it just... And even if you test positive, dying with something doesn't mean you died from something. Lots of people, if you tested them, have hepatitis, they have HIV, they have all kinds of things of which they are not necessarily aware. And if you get hit by a bus, that doesn't mean those things killed you, So...
It's like I said, I think the coronavirus is like HIV. It doesn't kill you, it only makes you weaker to the other things you have. Or can have.
Yeah, it might contribute, it might not. Its presence doesn't necessarily mean anything for most people.
Or people are dying from COVID because they're getting the wrong treatment, like they're put on a ventilator, which is not what they need.
Yeah, the ventilator thing is really bad. Because they're killing people with those ventilators, and the ventilators are just making things worse.
Yeah, they needed to go on ECMO instead.
Yeah, here one of the Brazilian states just bought some of them from China, and they were all pirates. They didn't work, anything.
Yeah, there's a lot of junk test kits and equipment, because everyone's just trying to, capitalize on the madness, right? So.
Yeah.
Okay, new subject, murder hornets.
Ah, okay. So what is going on with these hornets? Because it seemed like the news stories about everyone freaking out about the hornets.
Worms up.
There's been a couple of sightings in Ferndale, which is north of me. And there's been a couple of thousand bees that were killed from them, and that's about it.
Well, the story I read was that they were found in Vancouver or something, or
Yeah.
what was?
Yeah, well, the sighting that I'm aware of is in Ferndale, which is just south of the Canadian border.
Okay, that might be what I heard. Vancouver.
Vancouver, there was a nest, it seems.
This kind of reminds me of the whole Africanized killer bee hysteria that we had for a while.
Yeah, whatever happened with that? They were on their way in the 80s.
Yeah, apparently it was never really a problem. So.
No
Again,
blazing.
We have all these hype situations where everyone gets everyone else hyped up in the news, and now it's worse because you have a 24-hour news cycle and social media and blah blah blah. But
They look ugly as hell. I've seen pictures of them.
Look, I am no fan of hornets. They're mean little fuckers.
We
Yeah,
have
but
one here. I'm sorry. We have one here. They call it the yellow hornet, but I think it's actually a European one, and it's a pretty good size. Its sting is said to be really terrible.
Yeah, if you have a hornet's nest around, you don't want to mess with that thing. That's for sure.
Yep.
Well, whereas a lot of hornets are actually aggressive species, these hornets aren't really aggressive as far as people are concerned. They're aggressive to bees, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you leave them alone, they're not going to bother you. It's only called a murder hornet because their sting is so big and they pump a lot of venom. So if several of them sting you, yeah, they can kill you. But that doesn't mean they're going to try to.
Well, apparently we need to go get the Africanized killer bees and have a grudge match here between the two of them. Like UFC for insects.
Well, the thing about the African bees, though, is that I'm sure in their travels they've basically been breeding with other bees, and it's kind of thinned out their aggressiveness. Is my guess.
Yeah, I mean, because they do crossbreed and all of that, so...
And in fact, I don't know what people are getting worried about. They even said, at least on one news broadcast, that actual beekeepers have ways of protecting against these hornets. So,
I think, you know, the problem with our whole news system now is that everything is just, you know, sensationalized. because
Scales.
They want to have, you know, clicks or, you know, whatever, you know. And news organizations are struggling because obviously no one's really selling newspapers or magazines anymore, so everything's about getting clickbait. So, murder hornets is something people are going to click on versus, you know,
another
probably
COVID story.
You know, low threat hornets probably not going to get you the same.
There's no such thing as a low threat hornet.
Well, that's certainly a good point, but
Ooh, got 48 elegies out of that.
nice.
Nice.
Shame. 4.
And SAB is wrapping up Tuesday, isn't it?
The 12th, I think, is the date. Yeah. So get all your glitched weapons if you want them.
I thought that was Maxie.
Maxie took them all, I think.
Yeah,
Do you have a
I only
complete
missed.
set, Maxie?
What?
Do you have a complete set?
No, I missed the scepter, and I will open the box for the Warhorn.
Haha, noob. That's what you usually say at Maxi.
Sorry.
So Keenan just trying to give me a play some Final Fantasy. I'm gonna give it a try when it's on sale. Again.
How many games are you going to maintain, man?
Hey, I'm not really. I'm just been playing Destiny. I've been getting more into Destiny now since they announced that whole thing. You know. I've been playing Guild Wars too. Been playing those two more than anything.
So, do you guys do anything else these days?
Mm.
Other
Sounds
than
like
just
Cosmo.
working on things and
Oh, I meant, do you guys do strikes or anything after
oh,
Bounties?
we did the most recent strike is pretty decent. Have you run that one?
Nope, I just started the prologue story.
Okay, so the most recent strike they added is actually not too bad. So we've done that one a couple times. It doesn't super suck like most of the other strikes.
Yeah, since it's a story and not just a boss.
Yeah, it's got more to it, and you can drive around in the little tank vehicle thingy and all that. So we did that a bit. Unfortunately, like, you know, like SAB, you can only take 5 people. So actually, we only had 5 people last time, so we did SAB stuff last time. But yeah, I'm hoping this new strike, the new episode that comes out, looks like it's got a pretty interesting strike mission in it too. So
Gotcha.
Oh, 2 free Black Lion statuettes if anybody hadn't got them yet.
Yep. Could you buy them from the gem store before?
I think
What
you could.
statuettes?
Yeah, but there's two free ones in the gem store right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, will they make them buyable?
Were they? Did they used to sell them? I don't.
No, I think they're only out of chests, but again, I could be wrong.
Might be what I'm
Yeah, I
thinking
mean,
of.
all mine I've gotten from chests, but I never.
Yes,
I don't remember looking to see if they were ever like for sale per se.
Maybe it's hidden and only available when they are on sale for this event, something.
Yeah, it could be.
Well, it's getting chilly. We got blackberry winter going on here.
Blackberry, is that because of the blackberry season or for some other reason that they call it blackberry winter?
Yeah, that's when the blackberries bloom. It's supposed to be the last official cold snap.
Ah, gotcha. I like blackberries. Are you a blackberry person, Tammy?
They were okay, but I liked strawberries and raspberries better.
Ah, the seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seeds can be a little annoying.
Oh, did you ever buy your Super Outlaw Raptor?
I have not. I need to sell stuff to convert, and I just haven't.
The timer has started on the Tormentor, by the way.
Okay, it's fine. Because I really did want to get it, but it's like I gotta sell some stuff because I don't have any gems. I could use statuettes and risk like one of those gold Black Lion key things, but I'm pretty sure I'd probably just get screwed on that.
Well, the torch is nice. It's better than the Gen 2 legendary.
Which torch?
The Vermilion Feather or something like that.
Ah,
It's a Phoenix Feather.
have you watched the trailer, Blazing, for the new episode that's coming?
Nope.
So it looks like there's some interesting things they're gonna do. So
We were informed that they're working on a legendary armory. This is very important.
Yep.
what's the deal with the legendary armor?
It should mean that for those of us with like legendary armor and stuff, we should be able to move them around characters without having issues that we have right now.
Oh,
Weapons.
like with the templates and all that.
Yeah, which screwed us over for shared inventory space. Like I can't put my weapon in there and transfer it between characters easily because
Yeah,
then I
those
can't have it on
templates
top
ended
of
up being completely useless. I was originally so excited for the build templates and all that, and then you come to find out that, wow, this is like not helpful at all.
right?
I like it. It's
I don't know
nice.
what it does. I mean,
Nah, it's nice to have more than one possible build slotted.
Didn't I hear that people were using them to access their real skills inside SAB for a while?
Yep.
yeah, there was some kind of glitch that you could do, I think. Which it sounds like fun, actually, but I have not
Yeah.
tried it.
Yeah.
It's been hilarious.
Did they fix it, or is it still...
No, they fixed it.
Uh,
And I only knew that because they fixed it. It was in the notes.
yeah, I missed that one, I guess. I mean, I saw that someone had mentioned it, but I never got a chance to actually try it, so... They ought to do Moto's invasion like Scarlet had her invasion. That would be great.
That'd be funny. Damn monkeys all over the place.
Yeah.
And those little ninja bastards.
Oh, those guys. Yeah, those guys piss me off. Rude.
I think the torch, Optimus.
Oh, okay.
Is Cosmo here? I keep hearing tappity, tappity, tappity.
It's Optimus.
No, it's my keyboard. I like that the new meta looks like it's going to be like a big world battle. You know, that looks like it should be pretty fun.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I wish they would stop doing are these like per map mastery special action skill things. It's like we got a ton of those and they all are more or less a waste of time, so I wish they'd do something else with that.
It's like the aerial combat skills we got in Bloodstone Fen that we never used anywhere else.
Yeah,
I
shame.
know, that should just be everywhere. You know, just like the best thing they did.
Iron Legion, put your best into it. Freedom must be earned, not given.
Yay, lasers.
Yay.
All we need now is some Hydras.
Okay, be right back.
Whoa.
How's your mom been doing, Crider? She doing okay? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, you're there. Okay.
Just stays at home. To be frankly honest, this whole COVID thing hasn't really changed our lives very much.
Well, that's good at least. I mean, you're doing like online school, so
Yeah, a majority of the school is online or evening classes anyway. So
right.
other than wearing a mask at Costco and getting pissed off at the grocery outlet, not much changed.
Yeah.
And all the nude streamings, Crider.
What was that?
Nude streamings. I sent the link from the 9gag from people who didn't notice they were kinda showing their webcam and they were kinda naked.
Well, you
Oh,
know,
people doing like conference calls and stuff.
Yep.
yeah, see, I'm a tech guy, but I don't do the whole video chat Zoom thing.
Okay.
I don't either.
Yeah. If I have to do calls, I generally don't use the cameras. I mean, unless there's a reason to, like, who cares? I
Yeah.
don't need to see it.
Whoa.
Yeah, some guy at college wants me to connect with him about some sort of program that started to deal with people that have been self-employed or are currently unemployed. Some sort of program.
Like, you mean like a government program or something? Or
I don't know. It's something that supposedly can help pay for even a whole quarter of school.
I see. Well, I know they've got programs out there. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about the schooling one, but
But see, I haven't had any unemployment benefits since like 3 or 4 years now. But whatever it was, I some sort of qualified for it, I guess.
did you get like a stimulus check or any of that?
I'm still waiting for my taxes to be done so that I can get the check.
You don't have to have this year's taxes done if you filed taxes last year.
No, I didn't file taxes last year.
Yeah.
I didn't see the point. I didn't have any income, so, you know. And supposedly H&R Block said that I didn't qualify for any of the student credit, so I wasn't going to get any sort of refund. But now I'm thinking maybe they made a mistake and I probably should have qualified for something.
It's possible. I mean,
I did the year before, and I did this year, and it's the same credits for each of those 2 years. I mean, gave me the year before gave me $1,000. This year it gave me $1,000. Although, on good news, I did get a grant from the school. They had extra money from the government because of the COVID thing, and I told them I had a need for a new chair, so I got $800.
So,
bonus.
So I ordered my chair from Wayfair. It'll be here in June.
Yeah, things are a little backed up, probably.
So it only really cost me like $150 or something like that. The only thing I could find was a sleeper chair. So I guess if somebody ever comes to visit, I have a single bed that I can pull out.
There you go.
come down, Keenan. Come down.
Yeah, make it a bunk bed.
I'm just hoping that kind of a frame will have a better longevity than a regular chair would.
Yeah, you'd think so, at least, right?
For some reason, the chair and a quarter and chair and a halves are not as popular as they used to be. So it's hard to find one that has a build like the current chair I have, so I can use the arm for a mouse pad.
Getting the ergonomics right is not always easy.
That's why I need a new one, because this chair, the springs are so worn out that I sink a little lower than I used to. So now it puts pressure on my shoulder.
Right, yeah.
And because of school, I'm spending more time in it.
So, Blazing, what do you think you'll do? Just look for a job in a different industry at this point? Because events are going to be kind of a mess for a while, or?
I'm kind of just waiting and seeing what happens in July.
Did you get to qualify for unemployment?
I do not qualify for unemployment because it was a new job and I'd been working for myself before that.
You were self-employed.
Yeah.
You can still qualify for unemployment being
Yeah,
self-employed.
but I can't. The PUA, the state I'm in right now, won't process any of those claims till the 12th.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking of regular benefits. I was just thinking of that extra benefit. That's whatever, $600 a week or whatever.
Yeah, but I'm not allowed to do that until
Yeah, that's
May
the other
12th.
problem is all the systems are way backed up too.
Well, at least they pay back pay.
Yep. So while that's in effect, then I don't see much point to do anything else. Like, I'm not fired, I'm furloughed, so I still get benefits and stuff through the company.
Oh, that's good at least.
Yeah, so that's why I'm just kind of holding tight.
Makes sense.
Well, I was just hoping there was a way I could somehow get into that $600 a week.
Shit.
Well, everything helps, right?
Yep.
Well, for someone in
Everything helps.
my situation, that's like a gold mine.
I just wonder how we're going to pay for this $10 trillion in extra spending we've managed to rack up now.
I know, nationalize and take all of the property and stuff that China and Japan bought in the last 40 years and sell it to American-based businesses and use that money to help pay down the debt.
Interesting concept, except what American business is going to have the money to buy anything now?
Or since the government has even talked about investing in American-based businesses and have partial ownership, just nationalize, take it back, and make it government property, and then the government can rent it out or lease it out or do whatever the Chinese and Japanese are doing with it.
Okay, good night, kids.
Night,
All
Danny.
right, see you, Tim.
Alright, Danny.
User disconnected from your channel.
I'm off. I'm gonna hit something here too.
All right, Maxie.
See y'all.
Take care.
I'm off too. I gotta go to finish